Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Captain Check here, and welcome to another fantastic Sins of a Solar Empire mod, Star Wars Thrawn's Revenge 2 Ascendancy. Now, this one just came out. It's the 0.9 release, so this isn't the full release, not everything is done, but I've had the chance to play this a little bit, and as I was playing it, I was like, you know what? Why don't I just start making a video of this? You guys can kind of walk with me through learning the game. I'm going to go ahead and load up the game I was playing. I'm not too far into it. Oops, we're going to be playing single player. I'm not too far into my game, but I'm in far enough to kind of get my economy going just a little bit. So we'll load it up. I haven't had a skirmish yet, but with the Empire. Now, let me give you guys a little background on the mod. Now, this mod takes place after the Battle of Endor, right? So the movies are over. The Empire is in disarray. The Emperor is a dead man. Vader is dead. So you've got the Imperial Remnant. Now, this is a part of Star Wars that I'm not very familiar with. This is why I haven't played Thrawn's Revenge yet on Empire at War. But for what I know, the Republic, the New Republic, is trying to get established. The Empire is just fallen into complete disarray because the Emperor is dead. They lost the Death Star, and there's this power vacuum. And it's a really, really fragile time for the Republic. We'll go ahead and start this up. Now, this is important for the mod because it actually plays into how the sides work. Now, there's only two sides right now. You've got the Imperial Remnant, and you've got, of course, the fledgling New Republic. And early on with the New Republic, you seem a bit, I guess, underpowered. Like, your war machine just really isn't there. I mean, you went from being what accounts to, you know, the rebels, the small, almost like terrorist organization fighting for freedom here, to trying to make a government that spans galaxy-wide, and it reflects in this game. It's actually pretty cool. So here's the system. You're already going to see the UI is very sleek. It's very clean. You'll notice, like that guy just said, plotting jump coordinates. There's a lot of audio assets that haven't been changed yet. I sent my fleet down to this bottom planet because I haven't actually captured it yet. But as you see here, we've got all these flags. These double flags, that's your capital, so far as I can figure out. This is where I started out, and I went out and I expanded. I've gotten my culture starting to go. Culture is a big deal for the Republic, for the New Republic. It affects just about everything. Now, what I've noticed from the mod is it seems very cut down from the original game, yet, like, I don't know, maybe cleaned up? It's hard to explain. Let's go ahead and take a look at the fleet that I've got moving through here now. This is my fleet. I was able to build two capital ships starting off. We've got this one here. This is an MC-80 Star Cruiser. He's leveled up a couple of times. Oops, camera's freaking out a bit there. Let's turn off the UI, and you guys can see. This is the best part of the mod so far, though. Graphically, it is gorgeous. It really is. Let's look at my other capital ship here. This is like my colony. This is what is this? A cruiser? I think it was like a civilian cruise liner that they repurposed. Gave it a heavier shield. We've got some assault frigates, and you can just tell, look at the assault frigates. I mean, I really want to see these guys make a Homeworld HD mod, because Homeworld comes out 25th of this month with these assets. Maybe, you know, pump up the texture resolution. But so the fleet is on the way, and it's gorgeous, and the fights look so good. Like, the sense when you first play this, you're gonna be like, damn, this really brings back Star Wars nostalgia. Even if not all the audio assets have been transferred yet. But here we go, here's our first fight. These are some neutrals around a planet, and you'll see the lasers. Like, here we go. Here's a pair of Y-Wings going in, which they're kind of inside each other. That's a little wonky, but fire in their photon torpedoes. And the battles, I'll zoom in here on the assault ships. We'll turn the UI off, and we'll get a good look at them. The sound effects, the lighting effects on the weapons, everything just screams nostalgic Star Wars. We could zoom in here. You can see the lasers go in every direction. So this right here, biggest perk of the game so far of the mod, is that it looks right, it sounds right. The ships seem to have the scale that they need to be a Star Wars game. Oh yeah. Now, something I have realized is that capital ships are not the end-all be-all. They do take damage pretty quickly. Like, we'll show the health here. So this capital ship has 2,600 shields, and I'm down to our hull and 800 something shields. He's taking a bit of damage. Well, compare that to the assault ship. This assault ship actually has pretty comparable stats. So they're not super overpowered. I mean, he's not This is the one that's not the warship, I think. Let's turn on the UI real quick. Oh, this is the MC-80, okay. Fighters actually spawn as individual ships when you build them too. This is a little strange to me. You don't get the big wing of Y-Wings. You get one Y-Wing per squadron. And as the ship levels up, just like in traditional Sins, you get more and more fighters. Here's our X-Wings. Got to zoom in on an X-Wing. Per fighter, that looks pretty good in Sins. All right, so we're gonna win this battle. We'll let them do their work. They'll capture it. Something I need to do, actually, is turn down the music, because good old YouTube is gonna copyright strike. It's gonna smack the crap out of me with a copyright strike for Star Wars music. The music, though, is straight out of the movies. It's really, it fits. It's straight out of Star Wars, so obviously you're gonna get that nostalgia hit when you're playing it. What I do like so far, what I really like, and I'm just getting into the research trees. I've been doing civilian research trees. The Republic has a focus on their culture. They're bringing democracy back to the galaxy, and I like the idea that they're holding a territory with culture makes such a big difference. One of the first things I can research into is a faster culture spread, a lot faster, 25%, and that's just for the first tick, and there's 2 ticks of it. But here we go. Open arms, 10% chance for an enemy ship to defect while leaving New Republic space. I assume that means when they're hyperspacing out of a sector. We're gonna go and do the research on this. They have a chance of switching sides, which is fantastic. And that's just one example. I mean, we could continue down here. The cost of building our culture centers decreases. A faster rate at which their allegiance will change on planets when you conquer a new planet. What is this? Extended HoloNet. Your HoloNet broadcast research farther. So now we'll reach farther into the galaxy. In other words, we'll get out farther on one single cultural building. But then we can go into like development. Let's see here. What did I see? I saw one of these. Maybe it was military. But there's more research that you can do. Inspire. As long as you're in your own culture, you do more damage. And there's, this continues throughout. For research on military side, you've got the traditional ships. What is this? The Quasar Fire Class Bulk Cruiser? What do you do? A modified cargo vessel designed as a fighter carrier. Yeah, all right, let's do that. And speaking of fighters, you get the A-Wing, you get the B-Wing, you get whatever the hell the K-Wing is. You guys are going to have to tell me. Like I said, this is extended universe, so I don't know it as well. Looking at the other ships. Naval Academy, Fleet Officer MC-90, a naval officer whose presence buffs the strength of units around it. Okay, that's cool. I think it unlocks an ability for my MC-90, and then eventually we can get the Fleet Officer Nebula. What other capital ships can we get? Nebula Star Destroyer. I can't say I know which one that is. The Endurance Fleet Carrier. Okay, that's cool. Be able to build more frigates. Now, I'm actually using frigates. I didn't build these. They started me with them. Those assault frigates that you saw, so I need to research that. But notice, there's not really a lot of ships. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of ships. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's because how the research is set up. There's just not that much going on there. But I kind of like it. It simplifies things. Let's go ahead and do a little defensive research, and let's up our trade a bit more. All right. We captured this. Now, my first game I played in this, something interesting happened. I went and did what I normally do in Sins, and I went and I conquered a bunch of planets, and I ran out of money. Like, I was making crap for cash, and I only conquered 3 planets. So it seems like you've got to be a little bit more careful in let's get the logistics. Here we go. Got a couple of refineries up there. Not all the buttons are in. I know we got a bunch of question marks for the Durasteel. And there are no Durasteel locations on this planet, so I don't have to worry about that. But it seems like you be careful when you're building up your economy because you can't screw yourself over to the point where the planets are costing you more than you make, and now you don't make enough to build the stuff you need to make money. We're about to get open arms research done. Our defensive research is going. We're about to get the Quasar Bulk Cruiser, which I want to put an order in for those because I think if I remember reading one of the news posts for this during its development, the Republic is very fighter reliant. So where is the Quasar? Is it a cruiser or frigate? There it is, Quasar. We'll build 2 of those, and we'll see how they come out. The Republic assets, they look pretty cool. A little weird here, this capital ship production facility, but it's been so long since I played normal game. I might be looking at normal game assets and I wouldn't know it, though I don't think those are. Come link active. Now, there's a few new game mechanics that I've discovered so far. Now, like I said before, bear in mind the wiki page for this is down right now, so I couldn't read the guide for it. So I'm kind of just winging this. So there's probably a lot I'm missing out on. So I'm just talking to you guys about what I've established, I've noticed so far. Oh, cool. These guys. Let's mix it up. Let's do 2 Y wings, 2 X wings per. That way, if one of them's blown up. Oh, I had them both selected. Okay, so it looks like one of these can carry 2 fighters per. Interesting. Let's get you out there with the fleet. And you can hear the audio assets have not all been replaced yet, but you know, it's on the works. It's not a full release. They wanted to put out an early access version of this so they could get some feedback from you guys to balance it out, which is totally acceptable. Look at the engine effects on this thing. What is going on there? Huh. You know, this build would probably work really well in Space Engineers. It's just a gigantic hangar bay. I've been playing too much Space Engineers. All right, let's move you guys out. We'll get you with the fleet, and then we'll move the fleet in. Now, I did see an Imperial ship up here. I think it was a scout, so I'm thinking the Empire is out this direction. So we're going to head out there as soon as we capture this planet. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and get a couple... I can build a couple more capital ships. Yeah, so that's what it is. Like, you get the MC Fleet Officer. Here's another Fleet Officer for the MC 90. Interesting. Interesting. I gotta focus on getting some military structures up and online, which I think that's what I'm gonna do here. Let's get some military labs. I haven't invested in military labs yet, so. Now, another unique, and I haven't played with it yet, unique gameplay mechanic that I've discovered is migration. Migration allows you to use the transports, and I think I've got one. Let's see if I've got one I can show you guys. I built one a while back, and now I don't know where he is. He might have died. I may have sent him to his death. But if you remember the Battle of Hoth, there was these transports they were using to get everybody out between the ion cannon blasts. So there they are, the Galfrey transports. Let's see, where are you constructing? These bad boys. Now, I believe it's these. Now, what you can do is you can pick up civilians off a planet using one of these ships, transport them to another planet, and keep in mind I haven't tried this out yet, drop them off instead of waiting for the population to naturally grow, because that takes forever. But it's a cool concept, because that means, there it is. Oh, look at that model, too. That model is so good. That's gorgeous. That really is gorgeous. I love the texture work. All right, let's get you moving. Let's go ahead and move you out here. Let's do the research. I actually want to try this mechanic out, because that's how you make money, is through credits on different planets. And then the way you build up your logistics in this, your fleet logistics, you don't actually use this, or maybe you do. Increase the number of capital ships. Well, that's strange. Not all the descriptions are in yet, so it's a little weird, because why I'm saying this is weird is I can do the research for this. This says is the number of capital ships I can sustain at once, right? Well, if I close that and I go into this planet and I do develop planet, I can do enlistment centers. Citizens from this planet become eligible to join your forces, raising your supply cap. Well, that's my supply cap. So let's go back into the research. Let's go back into our fleet logistics. So what exactly increases the maximum fleet capacity of your faction? Increases your supply by 80, but increases your upkeep. So I don't understand what this is compared to what the button on the research for the planets are. I'll have to experiment with it some more. Kind of the fun of playing a new mod is figuring out how the gameplay mechanics differ from the base game, or the games that you're used to playing. I'm so used to playing Star Trek Armada, stuff like that. So all right, we're moving the fleet out. Let's go ahead and upgrade this with, let's do civilian infrastructure. And let's do 2 of those to get you growing. Oops. And let's get some more military. I already got the military labs online. Speaking of military labs, what can we research? We can get A-Wings. We can improve our lasers. I kind of want to get A-Wings. I want to get out to this Nebula Star Destroyer and see what that is. But that takes 7 military labs. Whew. A fleet tender. So here's another game mechanic that I've been looking to check out. So we'll build this fleet tender. This is the guy that will repair and resupply our ships. Now, as I understand it, your ships and your fleet will take damage between battles. I think this has something to do with the degrading system. So between battles, I think this is also how you somehow restock maybe your fighters. I'm not 100% sure because the wiki's down, of course. But the idea is that between battles, you actually have to have a supply line. You've got to fly in these repair ships and they'll fix up your fleet and fix the subsystem damage that they get, which is kind of a cool concept. They're not just like, bam, out of the fight, good to go. Got our trade ships moving. I haven't actually looked at the trade ships yet, see if they've changed their look. Big old Imperial symbol slapped onto the side of that. Looks like something they need to update. Fleet is lining up. Here is the hyperspace effect. As soon as you guys are ready. And they're off. To the next planet, to the next battle. That's a pretty planet. Move out, gents. Our carriers have deployed their fighters. The enemy fighters are dropping rockets on us. See, now I would like to know, we're gonna click the bomber here. I'll put my mouse over here. It doesn't tell me what kind of damage a bomber does. It's like, how effective are bombers? Because you don't get so many of them? Are they something I should focus on? Like, this is a lot of questions that I have that I would like answers to. And since they're still working on the tags, the descriptions of everything, it's kind of hard to tell. I'm sure that'll be worked on at a later date. Something I would also love to see them implement is the wreckage system that Star Trek Armada has. It's such a cool system that shows where a battle has taken place. But, all right, let's zoom out. We're gonna go ahead and let them take that. There's only one battle dragon, 2 strings not found. That means that the ships don't have names yet or something. Also, don't know what these Nova cruisers are from. Like, I don't recognize these ships. Oh, we had a level up. What can we give you? Incite Rebellion. So the MC-80 gets an ability called Incite Rebellion. The presence of the New Republic inspires dissident elements to take action on the planet, damaging infrastructure and reducing allegiances. I was kind of hoping, like, when I use it, enemy, like, ships would pop up, like rebel ships, and would start attacking. But we'll go ahead and let's take power to the shields. Give it a little bit more survivability as it takes damage. Looks like we're winning. We're doing pretty well. I'm kind of curious if my fleet is suffering from that kind of battle fatigue system. I've got a transport here. Did I build a transport? I thought I built a repair ship. Maybe not. Let's see what else we could build. Let's build doopy-doopy-doo. Yeah, I thought I built a fleet tender. Maybe I didn't. Do the research for it. Let's build a fleet tender. The envoy must be the diplomatic ship. Let's build us a couple of CR-90 Carillion corvettes. Ooh, they need to update that audio. Oh, look at you. So here's the fleet tender. It can repair friendly ships, and it can repair friendly ships. Okay. It's a cool looking model, though. I watch over the fleet. Yeah, you're kind of freaking me out, dude. No. Actually, let's move you here, and let's have the fleet meet up there as well. And we'll start pushing this direction. I want to see the Empire. I want to see what they've got. I want to start fighting them. So we'll move up there. And while we're at it, we have a new planet. Let's go ahead and upgrade this sucker with some resource shenanigans and put down some military labs. The goal now is to unlock some of the cooler things the military has to offer for the New Republic. Military research. We now have enough to get the Endurance fleet carrier. And we're, one shy now of the Nebula Star Destroyer. So, the Bothan Assault Cruiser. What do you look like? Oh, man. Well, we can sell some stuff. So let's go ahead and do a little... Let's get the Endurance Fleet Carrier. Always like the name Endurance for a ship. That was the name of Shackleton's ship. The R2 Explorer. So there's your Nebulon B escort frigate. I think this is a more advanced one than we saw in the movies. I could be wrong, but it looks like more armor plated. It's got the ability Blockade Runner, let me guess. Faster? Yeah, faster acceleration so you can get it the F out. And slim profile, has a chance to dodge. Oh, that's cool. It takes into account the idea that, if it's looking straight at the target, it would be really hard to hit at range. So, degrading system, nothing is actually highlighted, so that's cool. What else have we built? Those are space tugs. I don't think we built anything else. Nebulon B reporting. Let's go ahead and move you up. Where's the fleet at? There's the fleet. The fleet is on the way. Yeah, I look forward to seeing what the Empire has. Are we gonna see a Star Destroyer out there, or a field of TIE fighters? Like, that's what I want to see. Quasar Bulk. Let's do your logistics upgrade, and let's give you one more military outpost. If I can remember which one's the button, because these buttons are very confusing to me. Okay. Just something to get used to, though, the new art assets. Nebulon B is on the way. It's going to meet up with the fleet. The fleet is at... What are the planet names here? Let's see. Jodica. We're heading to the stalled planets, and then we'll head north and possibly into Imperial space. All right, let's go back into the research tree and see what we've got. Foreign affairs. Free hyperspace. Phase jump antimatter cost -100%. If you have a hyperdrive, hyperspace costs nothing. What? Mutual interest. That means that you won't use your antimatter and you'll be able to use your abilities when you show up. Okay. Mutual interests requires 3 civic research stations. Allows you to grant missions to other factions. That's pretty standard. Allied assault. Improved communication with allies results in military operations going more smoothly. Increases our damage output. Democratic peace. Okay, so you got a bunch of trade, whatnot. Thruster impact. Interesting. Defense research tree is pretty small. All you get is these Golan 2. I don't know where these platforms are from. If they're from a book or a game that I didn't play. Planetary ion cannon. Okay. I want to click it, but I also want to build the Nebula Star Destroyer. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna build the Star Destroyer. I want to build the gigantic ion cannon. But then if it's planetary, like a defensive unit, and I'm assuming it's the planetary cannon that they had in Empire Strikes Back, I might not use it if I start pounding the Empire into bits, So I'd rather build something I can assault with. So let's focus on getting ourselves a fleet carrier and the Nebula Star Destroyer, which we're a little poor on. Let's get some cash together. Go ahead and get that research going. So I've got, when these two are done, 4 capital ships. I now have more capital ships and support ships in my fleet. To give you an idea of like how the game balances frigates versus capital ships, that's what I've been able to build so far. Which is interesting. Like a heavier emphasis on capital ships. I'm cool with it.
Good day, Commander.
So let's see them building. Let's go over to the capital ship construction. Oh, the research is still going on, isn't it? Yeah, only halfway through the research. All right, well, we'll poke around. We'll poke around and see what the Empire is up to. Fleet, let's move out. You've got your orders. Oh, man, look at that. It looks so good. We'll speed up time a little bit. Get them moving. This is my Nebula, and... Oh, there's the, slow down time. I want to see this thing. There she is, the Blockade Runner, the Carillion Corvette. Nice, looking good. She comes with point defense weapons. All right, good for anti-fighter. So she's anti-fighter support, pretty much the role they always use for this ship. And then a blockade running move, which makes it go faster to kick on all those engines. Something that Empire Wars used, and pretty much every mod. I've ever played with Star Wars and it has used those same abilities.
Ready for orders.
But oh, I'm so excited. We're talking about modding and space games. Homeworld HD. Gearbox, you've done a lot of stupid things, but the best thing you've ever done was the idea to remake Homeworld. I just hope it's good. Oh, we've got an enemy ship. The first Imperial ship we're gonna see is a Sentinel dropship. Yeah, all right. We shall engage the Remnant.
You seek my help.
The fleet's moving in. I was kind of hoping to see a Star Destroyer, but maybe they'll bring in reinforcements. It is cool though that it's like the Imperial shuttlecraft. Sorta. It's that like cruiser variant.
Good day, Commander.
As the fleet's coming in. Bring it in, boys. Now, my culture is here, and its allegiance is actually falling, so I won't bother bombing this planet. We'll just have the allegiance switch over to ours. Speaking of allegiance, we should be able to do some research to speed this up. Let's do news cycle to have it spread faster. I don't have the civil research facilities. Damn. Damn, but I can't get 0.1 of migration going. We can test out the migration system. Oh no, you better run. He's not gonna run. The fire effect is larger than the ship itself. Cruising by, firing away. Very good, very good. Looking good. No, don't bomb it. Don't bother bombing it.
Watch out.
Let's just go ahead and push on to the next planet. And, oh, yes, the fleet carrier's done. Let's take a look at her. Oh, that's gorgeous. Placeholder, ship class. This is the ship description. Here it would tell us what the vessel did. Okay, so you can see it's still in progress. She can hold E-wings, strong versus bomber strike craft, long-range frigate, the successor to the X-wing. Now, I wonder, because the new movies, if we're gonna see a big shift in mod authors doing stuff that's based on the movie, because instead of having an E-wing replacing the X-wing, the new X-wing, which I like better anyways. I like the concept of replacing the X-wing with another rendition of the X-wing. I did a Space Engineers commercial for the new X-wing that we see in the trailer. A little weird though, it's like we replaced the X-wing, but we didn't replace the A-wing, the B-wing, or the, I don't know what the K-wing is. It looks like something out of the old Xbox Starfighter game, but there she is. Here is the Nebula class Star Destroyer. Man, I love the New Republic's design. It's, the Star Destroyer, but without the bulky bit sticking out the top. It's very sleek. I dig that. I really dig that. I haven't researched the A-wing. Oh my god, what's wrong with me? A-wing, go. B-wing, go. Make it happen. I want A-wings. I always love the idea of an A-wing. It's like we're gonna strap on a couple of guns, an engine, and the only difference between it and the TIE Fighter is the fact that they have shields out the box. Like the standard A-wing always has shields. All right, well, you got an ability. What do you get? You get target hangar. Targets the hangar on the target ship, temporarily disabling fighter, launching and destroying fighters within. Ooh. And then overwhelm, which doesn't have a description, but we'll take overwhelm. What was, no, that's just rushing it for, and let's move you guys. I don't think you're, okay, so these are just capital ships. Cool looking capital ships, mind you, but just capital ships. They're pretty much identical, actually. The only difference is the one that is the carrier has, I would assume it's like an air traffic control center on the top, like a Venator, and then this thing's just to slug it out, you know, lots of weapons, so. Still don't have the research done, but we will send you guys in. Oh, Noz, what have you guys engaged? Nothing. You've actually engaged nothing. Okay. What is this? Refinery? We'll wait till the rest of the fleet arrives, and then we'll push forward a little farther. This is set to capital victory, because it's just a game where I'm trying to learn how to play. I want to get Ducat and Vale 4 into a real match of this, and I'm thinking we might wait until research done yet? No. We might wait until the next version comes out, and the only reason is because then there'll be 3 sides to play as. Oh crap, you have levels.
Go ahead.
Let's level you boys up. What do you get? Scramble transmission interferes with the ability of enemy ships to actively attack targets. Fighter sweep. The endurance temporarily increases the speed and damage of its own fighters. That's cool. Signal interference. The endurance's fighter command tower refocuses on jamming enemy transmissions. Force push. Jedi aboard the ship use force to repel targets around it. You get all these high-tech ship-based stuff, and then you get... And the Jedi just push shit around. That is good stuff. Titan Factory. I notice I don't have a Titan. The Viscount. Oh, you're my Titan. I've got to do the research for the MC-40 light cruiser. MC-80B Star Cruiser. Now I get the MC-90. Man, I got some cash on me. Can't do the Viscount because I need another military facility. So let's get a military facility online because we need to build the Titan. Logistics. Logistics capacity. We're doing the research. We can't do it yet. Okay. We'll just wait. Wait till it's done. Unless there's any other places that have... You have a ton of logistics slots open. I've done nothing with you. Oh, what's wrong with me? Military facility online. And now we're poor. Sell some stuff. Sell some stuff and build a civilian one too. And a trade outpost. Why not? So how goes the Republic's insidious ability to take planets over? I actually can't see in there. I don't have sensors on the planet anymore, but it should be slowly changing to my side, which cracks me up. Can you guys bomb that or something? Oh, we already took it. Well, shit, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. How are we doing on cash income? We need to upgrade your... Well, let's get the resources coming in. And let's get... civilian research, yay! And the research should be done where I can actually transfer people. So let's give that a try. This is the migration game mechanic. Here's our transport. We're gonna migrate load. This unit loads population from a target planet in order to move them to another planet. So we're gonna move you. I want to see if there's a mechanic for this too. He's moving into range. He's doing his thing. I wonder what these question marks are too. I want to see if he has an animation. So we're bringing over the transport. Kind of neat idea. It actually goes back to the Hoth battle where they're like, we've got to get our men and equipment and supplies out of here. So you're moving men and equipment and supplies using these same transports. I kind of like that. I like that a lot. All right, we're getting closer. I don't know if there's an animation for this at all. I hope there's like ships come out. Okay, I guess that was it. And then the population on the planet has decreased by 10. Neat. So now we're gonna send this in. I'll go ahead and make him control group 3, and we'll send you up here. What are you running into? Oh, just a couple of space tugs. Can I do the research now? Oh my goodness, you're expensive. How much do you cost in metal? Not nearly as much. All right, then sell everything. I want to get the research started on this Titan. Got to see the Titan model. I sold a little bit too much. Well, we'll let that recover as we push forward. So I took this. I'm starting to think that the enemy's out here somewhere, maybe? I don't know. I can get A-wings, though. Yes. That's so cool. Oh, man. When our transport is on the way. So let's get them all together, and then we'll move them to the next planet. We gotta be careful not to kill their capital. Even at this difficulty level, I still expect it to run into something. I'm sure we will. All of a sudden, it's gonna be like 6 Star Destroyers and fields of TIE Fighters. Watch. That's what I see coming. I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, they don't have anything. Screw the Empire, they suck. And then just all of a sudden, oh my God, run for your lives.
Ready for battle. Reading you.
What can you take? I really want to try Force Push, but you're not gonna let me do it. You have to be level 2. Fighter Sweep it is. Let's get you moving as a group. Designate you all Group 1, Fleet 1. Now, I have not captured this planet on purpose. I'm trying to see if, well, pretty much if I will flip it. If it will just join me once its allegiance gets low enough. Which I think is a basic vanilla mechanic.
Transmission received.
Alright, so the transport's gonna go through there. We'll be able to see what they're at. And how's the research? Do I have the money? Yes, I do. Shorter, but more massive than the Executor. The Viscount is by far the largest ship class ever constructed by the New Republic. Really, it's that big? Oh man, we could have some serious fun. Bothan Cruiser I could still build too. I was never a big fan of the B-Wing. I mean, it's cool, and it definitely has its place in any Republic fleet just because it's B-Wing, but I don't know, the design of it just never...
I need orders.
Not their capital. Good to know. The Republic fleet has arrived into another Imperial sector, bringing democracy and heavy firepower with it. Oh, it looks so good. You guys don't know how excited I am. I just finished up a video for TGN talking about, well, Space Sims, again. Talking about Star Citizen, talking about Elite, and talking about No Man's Sky. I was actually comparing Star Citizen and No Man's Sky because people love to do it, and I was like, you know what, let's make a really basic video on what the differences are between the two. But anyways, off topic. I'm just so happy. Like, I grew up playing Space Sims. X Beyond the Frontier back in like 98, in 2003, 4, I think it was 2003, Freelancer came out. I mean, these were the games that I grew up loving and playing, and I always said, man, it's just gonna get better. These games are just gonna get more immersive, the graphics are gonna get better, the mechanics are gonna get more complex. And me and friends growing up would always speculate how gaming would get better over the next couple of decades. And everything that we thought would happen for the longest time was like, it just didn't. People stopped making these games, and we just didn't understand why. We loved them so much. I had to go to the modding community for interesting sci-fi gaming is really the only place that you would get it. It's sad. And then now here we are, 2015, is like all the people that were growing up thinking the same thing I was are finally in the position where they're making these games. Like, read Chris Roberts' interviews about the game that he wants to make, and he's making the game that he's just dreamed of, that he's always wanted to make. Now, will he be able to do it? I don't know. If it'll live up. It won't live up to the hype that it won't live up to everybody's expectations. Actually, it won't live up to most people's expectations because everybody has their dream game in mind. A-Wing, where are you? I want to see you. There you are. Oh, look at him. So cool. But it will still be Chris Roberts' dream game. And I think me and him have very similar views on the game that we want. And it's going to be moddable. So that means all those Star Wars games that I wanted, it's like a requirement. Once a game comes out, it has to get a Star Wars mod if it has modding support. Don't believe me? Fallout New Vegas, look up the Star Wars mod. Where you can run around in Stormtrooper armor and blast, geckos. Because that's a thing. It's also a Star Trek one for it too, which always made me chuckle. Running around with a phaser and like phasering people. Not that my type of thing doesn't fit the universe, but you know what I mean. I mean, the modding scene, Space Sims, it's all coming around. It's such a good time to be a gamer right now. And I just picked up my Oculus Rift. The company I work for actually picked it up for me. It's TGN. So I'm going to be making Oculus Rift content, and I will give you guys the lowdown on how that kind of immersive gameplay works out. Any hoozle, we should have the money and the capability now to build us an Uber ship. Tactical. No tactical. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll fix that. We'll fix that right now. Tactical facility. Tactical Titan facility. Look at it. Look at it. Let's zoom out, make sure the fleet isn't engaging anything ridiculous. Let's speed up time. Just get it built. Also gives the chance for the Empire to, you know, do something. I don't know. This isn't a very big map. I figured I would run into them. I put it on a small map. Titans. Insufficient fleet capacity. Alright, so let's slow down time. Let's figure out how to fix our fleet's capacity before we build this sucker. Let's do a traditional research first and see if that gets it going. We need capital ships and we need fleet command. Okay, speed up time again. That let me do it. Now we're just broke, and we're about to be not broke. So, about to put the order in, and there we go. The order is in for the Titan. Yeah, no, go out there when you're built. How's the research done? Research is done. Construction has begun. Oh man, look at her. Cool, very cool. Interesting build. I mean, I don't want to complain because it does actually look really cool. It's not even done yet. I like the look of the Endurance already, and that kind of like almost Star Destroyer but sleeker looking. I was kind of hoping they would have gone off of that art style and not like the MC's styles, the Mon Cal style. But she's a beaut. She actually is. Let's turn down the speed to normal. Give you a B-Wing and A-Wing, and let's give you another one of those. Yeah. No. Let's get 2 A-Wings in there. Yeah. What ability do you get? Projector. The Viscount drains its own shields to restore shields of ally ships in the vicinity. Oh, that's cool. That's something that you actually have to think about before you use it. It's like, do I?
Ready to move out.
I'll never fail.
Diverting power to
You
new
need
engines.
a different audio clip. It does not match you at all.
Orders, Commander. Ready to move out.
We gotta get this thing into a fight. What other military ships should we build? The Bothan ship, maybe? Why not? Build a couple other capital ships. Let's go pick a fight.
To protect
Let's go pick a fight. I want to fight a Star Destroyer with this thing now, so let's get on that. And since we don't know where they are, where are my frigates? Frigates. Who is my scout? The Ferret. Let's build 6 of you guys. Let's go find ourselves something to
If it's out
punch.
there, I'll find it.
Something out there, I'll find it. It's been so long since I've heard the generic audio for this. What do we got? What do we got? Oh, shit. There's something here. What are you? What the hell are you? The Dominator? What the fuck are you? It's big, whatever it is. Is it a Titan? Altor class. It's like a weird transport of some kind. Not sure what that is. I'll have to play the Empire and like learn what their stuff does. She's got tons of health. Look at the firepower coming off this. If I move this closer, will more of its turbo lasers come within range? Will it fire from other points on the ship itself? Or is it one of those ships that just, you know, has that forward firepower? Nope. As soon as I turned her, look at the rockets come out the side. Wow.
True to the cause.
Assault frigates are just like, we'll be over here bombing this planet. Look at it. I mean, giving you a scale, right? Traditional Republic capital ships, the new capital ships, and then that Titan in the background just throwing lasers everywhere. Whatever that thing was, it's dead now. Might have been one of the Republic, or one of the Imperial supply ships. I do like that the weapons are multi-targeting. Very cool. Let's move you right in the center. The torpedoes are... just looks sprays torpedoes, doesn't it? Look at the thing. It's just a beast. Again, I don't think this is a capital ship, or capital ship, but capital of their side. Let's see. Oh my God, it is their capital. What? No way. No. We can't kill their capital.
What do you need to know?
Go explore. Everybody there, go explore. No. We can't kill their capital. We haven't fought a Star Destroyer yet.
Ready to move out.
We gotta get out of here before we kill their capital. I'm gonna fight a Star Destroyer. They have to have one. It's their colony ship, I would assume, just like I started with capital ships myself. So we're gonna move the fleet out of here. I'll win it. I won't mess around too long. Oh man, I just want to see this thing in combat a bit more. The rounds it puts down range. It's so good. You guys are screwed, but you're not who I want to fight right now. Well, guys, I'm sorry. There's no Star Destroyer to fight here. What I will do is, next time we play, whether I'm playing multiplayer or if I just play another single-player campaign, let me know what you guys want. Single player is easier for me because I can record it when I want to. Multiplayer is a little bit harder because I've got to, you know, get everybody together to do it. But I will crank up the enemy difficulty, and we'll just see how we do. We will see how we do. But if you're looking for a Star Wars... Whoa, 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 whoa. What do we got? Ah, Carrot Cruiser, and what are you guys? A couple of Lance Frigates? Cool looking, though. Screwed. Like, the level of screwed they are... I don't even have words. Look at the thing just tearing them apart. Oh, don't mind us, just passing by. Silly Empire. Let's go back to bombing their planet. Maybe it'll piss them off and they'll bring their Star Destroyers over here, if there are any. What? We got something here. What do we got? What do we got? A couple of scouts. All their icons look the same. Lance Frigate and scouts. So they are pulling all their ships back, but they don't seem to have anything worthwhile. We'll crank up the difficulty. Let me know in the comments below what you guys want to see. Single player match. There's the win. Or multiplayer. Single player, I can get it done quicker. I want to play New Republic again because I'm still kind of learning them. The Empire could be cool because of the Star Destroyers. If you're looking for a Star Wars mod to try out and you want to see kind of being developed from the ground up, this is the one that you should check out. I mean, this is the only one, but there's no reason not to install it into your Sins directory and load it up and give it a try. It's free, it's fun. It works off of the Rebellion, Sins of Solar Empire Rebellion. If you have that, you're good to go. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.